We love life on the road. There's something about it, something that's hard to explain. The welcomed uncertainties, the endless possibilities, the adventures that await. It'll widen your eyes, sharpen your senses, fill you with purpose, and breathe life into your soul. Life on the road isn't always about where we're going or when we'll get there. For us, it's all about the journey. The unexpected adventures, the aimless wanderings, the many, many detours, and the endless memories that we create. Ah yes, the journey. That's what the life on the road is all about.
Hey, I'm Jordan.
And I'm Brittany.
And we are the creators of the Dapper Drive. When we first started the Dapper Drive, our goal was pretty simple. It was just to really share a lot of the great golf courses that we traveled to on the many weekend trips that we took throughout the year. We love to travel, and our trips are always around golf.
Always.
So we figured, why not share these experiences and maybe inspire others to take awesome trips of their own. And while the spirit of the Dapper Drive has sort of remained, a lot has changed in the last year and a half.
Oh yeah, it definitely has. Since we started the blog, Jordan has left his job to pursue golf full time.
Yeah.
We purchased and renovated a 30-foot camper, which we're sitting in now. I closed my photography studio and started an online business. And we now live and travel full time in Monty the camper. So you can imagine all the strange looks we get from family and friends because we know it's not really the norm. But the fact that our former weekend golf trips have turned into everyday life adventures is something we absolutely love.
Absolutely. And if you're a regular on our site, you know that the brand and the website is all about golf. More than just a course review or equipment review, we really try to share the stories and tell the stories of great golf courses and newer stylish brands that you might not have heard of.
You do a good job of that.
Thanks. And while we do play a lot of the highly ranked courses, we also try to discover and find the lesser known courses and share those stories with you guys too. And you also know, if you follow our brand, that photography and visual content is at the forefront of everything we do. And if you're one of our Instagram followers, you know that we definitely have Brittany to thank for all those great photographs.
Thanks, babe. But it's also true that you've been working really hard to learn the camera too. And while I'm the expert behind the lens on the ground most of the time, Jordan is our go-to guy for aerial shots with our new drone we have named Daps.
Yeah, Daps is awesome. And after an early collision, we've worked out some of the kinks and we're on good terms now. But all jokes aside, it's going to provide a whole new perspective and create some really great content that we're super, super excited to share with you guys going forward.
Definitely.
And sort of on that theme of upping our level of content, not that photographs aren't great, but we're going to be adding a lot of video to our website going forward. Videos like this, videos about and on the golf courses, about brands we're recommending, and we're going to start really highlighting all of our travel adventures too.
Yes, and speaking of travel adventures, we're excited to announce this new section of the Dapper Drive blog called Life on the Road. And like we said, we travel a lot and love doing so. And many of you guys often reach out and ask questions like, where are we? What are we doing? And how does life on the road really look?
So we decided it made a lot of sense to dedicate a whole section of the blog to showing you what full-time travel is all about. So it's going to give you lots of insights, behind-the-scene looks at how we trek from golf course to golf course throughout the whole year. And to kick things off, we figure we'd catch you up on this year with some highlights from our 2016 travels. So let's take a look.
Let's do it.
Okay, so it all started around this time last fall with the purchase of a camper. To cut back on costs, we bought a 10-year-old rig and took on the task of renovating the entire inside. And by we, I mean Brittany and her parents. Okay, I helped a little. I mean, someone had to clean the toilet, right?
Stop, babe. But truthfully, the camper was move-in ready, but we really needed a space that made sense for full-time living and that felt like home to us. The addition of an office area, some new floors, lots and lots of white paint, a few design touches, and we had ourselves a new home on wheels. We said goodbye to our friends and family in Charlotte and headed due west in January of 2016.
We were determined to make the most of our first cross-country trip in our new home on wheels. Along the way, we explored the French Quarter and teed it up at TPC Louisiana in New Orleans, sat out our first real storm overnight in a Houston, Texas rest stop, wandered up and down First Street and survived our first run-in with a coyote at what turned out to be one of our favorite campgrounds in Austin, Texas, drove some more through the long Texas desert, discovered the quirky town of Marfa, Texas. Yes, that's actually a Prada store replica in the middle of the desert. Slept in our first Walmart parking lot in Tucson, Arizona, and finally arrived at our winter destination of Phoenix, Arizona. And just in time to watch my alma mater, Clemson University, play in the 2016 National Championship game. And that, my friends, marked our first 8 days on the road. Yup, a year's worth of experiences in a little over a week. Liking the sound of this living on the road thing yet?
So we hopped around Phoenix for about 3 months while Jordan worked to hone his golf game and compete on the pro golf mini tours in the area. In between all the golf, we managed to squeeze in plenty of mini adventures, including a trip to the Grand Canyon and Sedona for my 30th birthday that Jordan planned, routine weekly hikes in the desert, and daily jacuzzi sessions before rolling some putts and watching crazy beautiful Arizona sunsets at our RV parks.
April rolled around before we knew it, and we were off to California. 3 quick weeks in beautiful San Diego were highlighted by lots and lots of golf and routine trips to the local dog beach, where Brittany was just as happy as our dog Ella.
I loved the dog beach. It was my favorite part. So we continued north, exploring the amazing California coast. We spent time in Avila Beach, Monterey, San Francisco, Napa Valley, Vacaville, and Yosemite National Park. Now, Lake Tahoe was on the list too, but our truck had other plans and decided to leave us hanging on the edge of a mountain, literally, as we made our way to Yosemite National Park. But such is life on the road, right?
After almost 6 months out west, we reluctantly headed back east in early June, but not before checking out the salt flats in Utah and calling a last-minute audible to veer 400 miles off course and meet some friends who were photographing a wedding in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. It turned out to be a great decision as we camped on a ranch, explored Yellowstone, did a mini photo shoot in front of the epic Grand Tetons, and played some fantastic golf courses.
Our return to the southeast was short-lived, and after a few golf tournaments, we set sail again, this time escaping the late summer South Carolina heat for the northeast. Stops included Pennsylvania to see Jordan's family, Niagara Falls, Ottawa, Ontario for a golf tournament and some sightseeing, and Portland, Maine to catch our breath, and finally Nova Scotia for what else? Golf!
Nova Scotia was awesome. Cliffside views, quaint towns, and 2 top 100 golf courses in Cabot Links and Cabot Cliffs. What more could a travel-loving avid golfer ask for? As the fall drew near and we felt the mild Canadian weather begin to shift, we decided to make our way back to the southeast. A quick stop on Prince Edward Island before the long 2,000 miles of driving, and we were back in South Carolina. Whew! That was a lot of highlights.
Yeah, it was. And truthfully, we're just scratching the surface of the stories and memories we've had over the past 10 months on the road. And this is what I absolutely love about this lifestyle. The constant change and freedom to be spontaneous and go where we choose.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what the Life on the Road section is going to be all about. Sharing our experiences and maybe convincing you guys to quit your job, chase your dreams, buy and renovate an RV, and hit the road too.
Okay, so maybe not all that, but we are hoping to inspire adventures of your own, no matter what they look like. I hope you enjoyed spending some time with us today and look forward to sharing our 2017 travel plans in the near future because it's going to be epic.
It's going to be epic.